What if I told you that the darkness you've been carrying, the disappointment, the resentment, the exhaustion, isn't actually part of your story anymore? Think about it. How many times today have you looked at someone and seen exactly what you expected to see? The irritating coworker, the disappointing partner, the frustrating parent. What if you've been wearing heavily tinted sunglasses for so long you forgot you had them on? This isn't about positive thinking or pretending everything's fine. It's about something much more profound. When we truly release our judgments, not just saying the words, but actually letting go of the stories we've been telling ourselves, our perception shifts so dramatically that the same situation looks entirely different. It's like someone just cleaned glasses you didn't even know were dirty. The world hasn't changed. The people haven't changed, but suddenly, you're seeing with different eyes. Sarah walks into Monday morning's team meeting, and there's David, the colleague who threw her under the bus 3 months ago. Instantly, her chest tightens. Her jaw clenches. She sees that familiar smirk that says he's probably planning something. The room feels smaller. The air feels thicker. Her mind starts rehearsing defenses for attacks that haven't even happened yet. But then she pauses. Something feels different today. She notices the tightness in her chest and realizes, this feeling has become so familiar. She's been carrying it everywhere. Not just with David. With her sister who always gets the attention. With her ex who never understood her. With every driver who cuts her off in traffic. What if that tightness in her chest is the real problem? What if she's been wearing the "David is my enemy" glasses so long that she can't see who's actually sitting across the table? We all have these glasses. Some of us put them on in childhood, maybe when we learned that love had conditions, or that we needed to fight for attention. Others picked them up later, after that betrayal, that loss, that moment when the world proved it wasn't safe. Here's what's fascinating. Once you put on those tinted lenses, everything confirms what you expect to see. If you're wearing the "people will let me down" glasses, you'll notice every slight, every delay, every imperfect response. If you're wearing the "I have to earn my worth" glasses, you'll see judgment in every glance, inadequacy in every comparison. The lenses become so much a part of us that we forget there's any other way to see. Every sunset looks dull. Every face seems shadowed. Every room feels dim, and we think that's just how the world is. Sarah takes a breath. She's still in that meeting room. David's still across the table. But something shifts. She decides, just for this moment, to take off the glasses. Not to forgive in some grand spiritual gesture, but just to see what happens when she stops assuming she already knows. The first thing she notices is how tired she is. Not from work, but from the constant vigilance. From scanning every interaction for threats. From armoring herself against attacks that mostly happen in her own mind. Then she looks at David again. Without the story, without the 3-month-old narrative running in her head, she sees something else. He looks tired too. His shoulders are tight. There are lines around his eyes she never noticed. When he speaks, she hears uncertainty in his voice, not smugness. The room literally looks brighter. It's the same fluorescent lighting, the same beige walls, but something has lifted. Colors are more vivid. Details are sharper. She realizes the world was never as dark as it appeared. The darkness was in the lens, not the light. Once those first glasses come off, you start noticing all the other pairs you've been wearing. The "my family doesn't understand me" glasses. The "success requires sacrifice" glasses. The "I'm too damaged to be loved" glasses. Layer upon layer of tinted lenses, each one dimming the world a little more. Here's what's profound. You don't have to believe in anything new. You don't have to adopt a philosophy or change your personality. You just have to be willing to see what's actually there instead of what you've been expecting to see. Sarah leaves that meeting different than she entered it. Not because David apologized or because they're suddenly best friends, but because she's no longer carrying the weight of a story that was exhausting her. She finds herself curious about what other stories she's been hauling around, what other lenses she's been looking through. This is where real change happens, not in some dramatic moment of enlightenment, but in these small moments of willingness to look again, to catch ourselves reaching for those old glasses and choosing to see clearly instead. It's almost startling how different familiar situations look when we stop interpreting them through old pain. The partner who seemed critical might just be stressed. The parent who seemed controlling might just be scared. The friend who seemed distant might be struggling with their own tinted lenses. We start experiencing something like wonder, that almost childlike amazement of seeing familiar people and situations with fresh eyes. Not naive eyes that ignore reality, but clear eyes that see what's actually present instead of what we've been projecting. The profound relief isn't just emotional. It's physical. Those shoulders drop, that jaw unclenches. That constant background anxiety quiets. We realize how much energy we've been spending on maintaining our defensive stories, on seeing through our protective filters. The light has come, not from outside, but from the simple act of removing what was blocking our vision all along. And once you've felt the difference, once you've experienced how much clearer everything looks without those old lenses, you can never quite go back to believing the darkness was real. If you want to keep practicing with us, you can like the video and subscribe. Let's take a moment now to let this settle with a guided meditation. Let yourself settle into this moment. There's nothing to figure out, nothing to fix. Just let your body find its comfort. Notice your breath arriving and leaving on its own. No need to change it. Just notice how it knows exactly what to do. Feel where your body meets the chair or the ground. Let that contact remind you, you're held. You can rest. Now bring to mind someone you've been seeing through old glasses. Don't try to change anything. Just notice them there. Feel any tightness that comes with their image. Maybe in your chest, maybe in your shoulders. Just notice it. What if, just for this moment, you could set down the story? Not forever. Just for now. Like taking off heavy sunglasses and setting them on the table. Breathe into that possibility. You don't have to do anything. Just imagine how it might feel. Notice if the image shifts at all, if their face softens, if your body relaxes even slightly. There's nothing to force. Just rest in whatever you're noticing. Feel the space around you, the air on your skin, the quiet between thoughts. You might notice other faces arising. other stories you've been carrying. You can set those down too, if you like, or just notice them with gentleness. Rest here in this clearer space, where nothing needs to be defended, where no one needs to be blamed. When you're ready, take a deeper breath. Feel your body here, now. A little lighter perhaps. Gently open your eyes if they were closed. Notice how the room looks. Notice how you feel. The glasses are always optional. You can pick them up when you need them. You can set them down when you're ready to see clearly. Rest in that freedom. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles available through the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a simple comment such as, "I am grateful. Thank you for being here. For having the courage to look at what you've been seeing through. May you be gentle with yourself as you notice the old lenses you've been wearing. The light has always been there, waiting patiently for you to remember how bright the world actually is." Until next time, dear friend.